Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I got a whole bunch of links open. I'm going to be showing you how on a tight budget can you create as much as possible for Adobestock. Anybody who's in this business is seeming very quickly like the type of business that the more you pay, the more you play effectively, if that makes sense, or the more profit you gain. And that's very much true for this business, If you have cameras, if you're out there shooting photos, or if you're submitting them to different stock photography sites, definitely the more the merrier. We all know that. But here's the thing. There are people who can create more than others, and there are people who are on budgets who want to get started. So if you're on a budget, and you're looking on a very tight budget, and you're looking for how to start, I'm going to make my recommendations to you on how to start, where to start, how much you're going to spend, and exactly what to do. So I have a little diagram that I've created here that represents every stage of the creation process. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to have to create your images. You're going to have to then do something to those images. No matter if you went out there and shot photos yourself or used an AI tool, whether you created those images manually through AI or you automated them, you're going to have to do some work to those images. Whether you're upscaling them, color grading them, etc., that's part of the business. Then what you're going to do is you're going to have to tag those tools. You're going to have to add the proper keywords that represent what the image is, and then finally you're going to have to title. This is a simplified version of a four-stage, I guess you could say, system or four-step process to get where you want to be, which is publishing images, right? Exactly. So let's kind of start at the top, creating images. If you're on a tight budget, you're going to essentially create these images manually. Now, don't get me wrong. There are tools that exist that can help you automate the creation process. The Midjourney creation automation, the Leonardo AI creation automation tool. These things can literally create images for you on these tools, so you don't have to be sitting down waiting for these images to be created. However, you're on a tight budget, right? You want to save as much money as possible. For that reason, these positions where you're sitting down and you're using automation for image generation, I give that a 3. And what does a 3 represent? A 3, if you're on a tight budget, this is going to be the last stage of the game, okay? And what do I mean by that? This is what you're going to prioritize the least. We have a list of priorities of things that you should do when you're automating. Now, once again, this is a nice luxury to have, and it definitely helps you create faster. However, if you're in this game and you're trying to save every single penny because you just started, even though that's not the best way to do things, but if you are on a tight budget, you're going to kind of use these software tools last. Upscaling, we personally don't pay for upscales. I already showed how to do that in my course, so we don't pay for that. So I'm just going to erase that section here. We don't pay for that whatsoever. Next thing we have is tagging, and we have titling. Where are you going to start as an individual who's on a very tight budget? Well, you shouldn't prioritize your titling through a software tool. Now, do those tools exist? Yes, right here. But you should only prioritize it at a level 2, meaning it's not your primary objective. Look here, guys. This is the creation automation assist tools. This right here is the title automation assist. Okay, so what this is going to do for you is this is going to title your images for you. That should be on second on your priority list. Not first, but second. The first thing that you should prioritize is a keyword tool that can tag for you and tag for you as fast as you can. That's why tagging is number 1. I do not recommend you do it manual whatsoever. If you are doing manual tagging, you are shooting yourself in the foot. I'm telling you, number 1, you're wasting your time, you're burning your time, and your competition is running circles around you. So how can you get a tagging tool that's cost effective, that does really, really good job, and you don't have to break the bank, but you can actually get a lot of impact on your account? That's this tool right here, the Stock Photo Scanner and Tagger. This tool right here costs $20 a month roughly to go ahead and get started using it. So how does this tool work? Very simply, just like the photo says here, you're going to take your photo, you're going to upload it into the app, and then you're going to hit Analyze Image. And what it's going to do for you is it's going to provide you keyword tags for that very image. So let me show you this Adobestock account. And by the way, for anybody who's in my members area, this is the same account that was introduced in the members area where I told you guys I'm going to be creating a brand new Adobestock account, and gradually I'll be showing some updates. Well, guess what? We've been doing a lot of work on this account. We have we're approaching 4,000 uploads. We're currently at about 3,000 something, and I will do a full-on update in our members area videos. We're past, like I said, 3,000 approved uploads. We have currently close to 800 images in review. We have 534 images, 5,343 images that need to be tagged, which, by the way, most of them are tagged. I think about 3,800 are already tagged. Obviously, these are the newer ones. This is page 1 here, so it's not tagged just yet. And I have currently, as we speak, another 2,100 images being upscaled that are ready to go. Since January, I was able to get my upload limit approved all the way up to 3,001, I believe. So I'm working on it. I'm pushing it. But by the way, I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes. And also, this is just an account for YouTube. This is not even for my the main accounts that I use. So, hey, we've been doing some things. Anyways, so I kind of want to show you guys, this is the way the tool works. For all you budget beginners, you need a tool to start with. You need something that's going to save you money. You're going to first prioritize your tagging. After you prioritize your tagging, then you're going to focus on your titling, okay? After you take care of your titling and your tagging, you still have money left in the budget. That's when you're going to go after creation automation, okay? That's, like I said, when the tools, when you use the AI and it sits there and it automatically creates images for you, that's going to be third on the budget. Now, once again, this is for all you budget-friendly people. For all the people who are on a tight budget, this is the way you're going to go. And remember, the less you spend, the slower the speed of your work is going to become. At a certain point in time, the biggest thing that's going to hold you back is not your budget, but it's going to be your speed. Your speed is the most important thing. A lot of people who are beginners have issues with Adobe because they can only upload up to like 500 images or something like that on a brand new account. I think it's like 501 images, okay? Obviously, it goes from 50 to 501, and then after that 501 to 3001, then 3001, I believe, to 5001, then 5001, I think, to 10,000, and so on and so forth. So my point here is, I got to take a deep breath. I'm talking too fast, but my point here is that at a certain point of growth, the thing that's going to hold you back is not money, it's going to be speed. And the only way to compensate for that is paying for tools that can help you out with your speed. But since you're a beginner, you don't have to worry about speed right now. You have to worry about getting the job done. So how are you going to do that? You're going to first, like I said, prioritize your tagging. Let's get tagging done. Let me show you how this works. So I'll take a simple photo like this first. I'll take a screenshot of it, okay, just like this. Just like this, guys. I'll open up the tool, and I'll just drag this into that little choose file button. Now, some of you guys, if you want to click choose file and look for the actual file, doesn't matter. You could do that too. Once you do that, you hit analyze, and my API key is not working. Hold on, let me pause it. Let me add a different API key. I remember every new video I upload, I have to delete my old API key and add a new one. So let me pause this real quick, and I'll come back with my official API key. Okay, I'm back with my API key. Let me go ahead and delete this old one here. Once again, this old API key was not working because after every YouTube video where I actually show my API key, I have to delete the old one and then create a new one. So I'm hitting save API key. It's saved. Let's do that one more time for demonstration purposes. I'll take a screenshot of the image. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll just go over here, drag it, and drop it, and then hit analyze. And within a few seconds, it's going to give me a list of tags that relate to it. So excellent. I'll hit copy. Okay. I'll go to the actual image here, and I'll paste it in the tag section. So I'll hit paste here, and this is excellent. And you could see here a whole bunch of different keywords. So we have money, cash, wealth, finance, dollar bills, rich, investment, abundance, prosperity, fortune, savings, banknotes, business, success, currency, gold, treasure, luxurious, lifestyle, financial growth, economic power, cash flow, financial security, piles of money, wealth, accumulation, economic prosperity, money stacks, banknote stacking, financial success concepts, luxury and money, cash and finance, prosperity and wealth, financial freedom, abundance of wealth, riches, and success. So, phenomenal way to tag right there. These keywords, I'll be honest, are much more than what I could normally think of, okay? Let's go for a little bit of a more complicated image like this one, which seems like some sort of, I don't want to say robot, but like maybe some sort of sculpture that's fragmented, that looks like a human, that has some orange glow to it. Let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to take a screenshot here of this robot-looking thing, I guess you can call it that, and I couldn't even begin to imagine how I would tag this, to be 100% honest with you, because I wouldn't have the words to describe it. I'm just not that good with my words, all right? So let's go ahead and hit analyze, and we have it. Boom, copy to clipboard, okay? And I'm going to go to the actual image, and I'm going to paste the keywords. Let's go ahead and read what it says. Artificial intelligence, I guess, so it's an AI. Future, technology, digital art, sculpture, abstract, human face, innovation, cybernetic, cracked skin, golden light, dark background, avatar concept, futuristic design, AI representation, fragmented human, modern art, portrait sculpture, creative artwork, digital representation, robotic figure, illuminated cracks, concept art, surreal portrait, existential themes, ethereal beauty, cyberpunk aesthetics, machine and humanity. That's a really good one. Visual metaphor, dystopian art, human-robot interaction, artistic expression, human condition, artificial beings, emotional connection. So a lot of different keywords there, okay? And honestly, for these keywords, depending on your perspective, you could use all these keywords in a different way. So let's say you were a blogger writing about depression and being heartbroken. Well, emotional connection can work for that. You know, human condition could work for that. Artistic expression could work for that. Dystopian art. It could be a finance article on how human society is falling because of economy is affecting people's happiness. It could be anything. You know, you can relate an image like this to situations like that. So keywords like this, guys, that are just a better way of tagging. This is a better way of tagging because it's more advanced than what I'm personally capable of. It could do much more, and it's very effective, or it works very well. So now you get the idea. So first on the list was tagging. You get that taken care of, right? If you're a beginner, you're on a tight budget, what are you going to be spending if you're only doing the tagging automation? The answer is $20. When you get to a point where money is not an issue anymore, tagging, titling, any of that, and the proceeds of this business drastically outweighs what you're currently making, what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and you're going to get the most expensive tool, which is the $50 a month tool. The $50 a month tool it's somewhere here. Here it is. This is the AI agent tool. Now, by the way, anybody who's in the course, any of these tools for pretty much you get all discounted. So if you guys are familiar with the Superstock AI course, we have discount codes inside the course for you to access any of these tools on discount, which really does help out. And the reoccurring discounts. So for anybody who's interested, the AI agent tool, if you're a current member of the course, you get 25% off this tool on a monthly basis, which helps out dramatically. And really the course pays itself back overall. But anyways, so what happens is if you're making enough money at a certain point, then you get the tool, right, that will do everything for you. And if you didn't see the video, the way this tool works is it will go from image to image, titling and tagging for you with virtually no effort. In fact, if you guys want to see this, let me go ahead and hit save here. Let me hit refresh. I'll show you how it works right here, right now. Now, once again, this is the most expensive tool, but then again, it does titling and it does tagging, and it does it automatically. So let's kind of play this part, right? I'm going to hit start here, and what it's going to do is it's going to go from picture to picture to picture. It's going to tag, and it's going to title. Now, once again, this is not necessarily budget friendly, but then again, it depends on your perspective, right? Because the better the tools, the more effectively, it could be more cost effective depending on how much you're producing. Because if one guy is only spending $20 a month and one guy's spending $50 a month, the guy who's spending $50 could potentially produce a lot more depending on how active he is at the job, right? And if he's producing a lot more, he's going to generate a lot more income over time. We know that the secret to stock photography is the bigger portfolio you have, the more you're going to make over time. That's the truth. Accounts with 500, a million, 500,000, a million plus downloads, those guys have astronomically large size accounts. So anyways, you guys are seeing this live where the images are essentially being tagged and titled here, and they're being done, like I said, live for me very easily. I'm not sitting here, I'm not doing any work, and it's saving me more time. But once again, this is a luxury to have, and it's very, very beneficial because it saves me time, it saves me money, it saves me effort, and people might be scratching their head. They're saying, how does this save you money? Guys, if I sat there manually, I'd be losing money because I could be busy out there doing other stuff, making me a whole lot more money. That's one. Number two, it's saving me money because if I hired somebody to do this work, they charge me a lot more than $50. Nobody works for $50 a month, right? Things like that, examples like that. So I'm going to just hit save here. Let me actually hit stop, first of all, because I don't want to keep this running live here. But I'll hit save here, okay? All these different images are tagged. They're all taken care of. You can see how the titles are. You can see how the tags are. We got all kinds of keywords. Like, I could just read this for you guys. Wooden spoon, kitchen utensil, cooking tool, handcrafted, culinary accessory, natural materials, rustic design, food preparation, organic shape, kitchenware, eco-friendly, home cooking, stylish spoon, vintage look, wooden texture, and spoon handle, so on and so forth. If I read the title, it says handcrafted wooden spoon, rustic kitchen essential for gourmet cooking, and sustainable living. So that's the tool. It could tag complex images. It could tag simple images. I know somebody asked about that in the comments. I believe it was Lovely Hernandez. Shout out to her. I will make a separate video on that where I show it tagging complex images. But anyways, now once you get to the point where you're doing your tagging through a machine, you are automating it, but you're manually automating. What do I mean by that? You're not sitting here and typing in each keyword when you use this tool, right? The tool is producing the keywords for you, but then again, you're controlling which images are being tagged and which images aren't. There's a manual side of things. That takes time. Once you get to the point where you're generating enough income to move on to a new tool, you're going to match that with the titling tool. Now, the titling tool, let me go ahead and show you from a budget-friendly perspective, is this tool. This tool, all it does is it has a button where you click the button just like here, and it will title the image for you, okay? Now, why is this helpful? Titling is easier than tagging, okay? That's clear. So therefore, we don't prioritize that right away. But when we get to a point where things are a lot easier financially on us, then we step into the titling. So we have tagging, we have titling. And by the way, guys, anybody who's out there who has a basic job, right? If you're producing $15, $20 an hour, you go get a job somewhere, you could buy these tools the first month, no issues. But it's the people who are, like I said, on a very tight budget for whatever reason. Maybe they live in a third world country. Maybe they just, money doesn't come that easy to them. They obviously have to be on a budget, and that's respectable. That's perfectly normal. You have to set up a system for things. So the next tool, like I said, is the title tool. Now what you're doing is you're automating your tagging, your titling. But do the math, okay? $14.99 plus $19.99. The original tool is $19.99, this one. So if you do the math on that, that's $20 plus $15, which comes out to $35, right? So 20 plus 15, 35. So you're spending $35 to be able to tag and title. Is it worth it to you to spend an extra $15, basically $50, and have titling and tagging done automatically for you without sitting there and manually doing the clicking and the uploading, clicking and uploading? Is it better for you? Well, for me, it is. Like I said, it just depends on how much income you're producing and how much you can afford. You can also take money from other businesses that you have and put them in there as well. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to you? For me, like I said, it's completely worth it. For you, it might not be. It just depends on what level you're currently at. Now, that's the tagging and titling side of things. So once again, you're either going to manually tag with an automator, with an AI tool. You're going to manually title by clicking that button every single time with an AI tool. Or you're going to replace it with the AI agent tool. Eventually, you can work your way up to it, right? Where you're using an AI agent that will title and tag for you and go from image to image to image to image for you. You can do that too as well. However, that will cost a little bit more. It costs $15 more. Now, once again, once you get to a certain point, guys, $15, $100, $50, it's not going to make a difference on a monthly basis whatsoever to you, you know, and should be your goal. You should get to a point where you can spend as much as you want investing in this business so that you can get more back. That's the whole point of this business, okay? So that is up to you how you want to structure that, but we essentially listed out the priorities, and we listed them out from what takes the most time. It doesn't take as much time to title an image versus tagging an image. Tagging an image takes more time, and it's honestly a lot more important. You're adding a whole bunch of keywords. They need to be spelled right. They need to be, ordered right. Order does matter. If you read Adobestock's, system, I don't want to say their policies, but different guides that they have on their website. They teach people how to tag and things like that, and they're telling you that the order matters. Once you get that taken care of, you can replace it to the AI agent. Now, as far as creating images, there's only two ways to create images. You're either going to use AI, or you're going to go out there and shoot photos. If you're going to shoot photos, you need to pay for a camera. You probably need to buy some courses on how to learn how to shoot photos, or you're going to manually have to figure it out, which takes you time, right? Which there's nothing wrong with. When you get those images, you're probably going to have to do some color grading, okay? You're going to have to, basically do some Lightroom kind of stuff to make sure that the photos' colors are contrasted well enough so that the image is appealing, right? That's if you're shooting the photos. If you're not shooting the photos and you're using AI, well, then you have options. You can sit there and type in every prompt, or you can pay for a software that will type in the prompts for you, and that's the next set of automation. So the next set of automation is you can choose. Do I want to sit there and type up prompts, or do I want a machine to type up prompts for me because I can't think of what to do, or I don't want to, or I don't even want to spend time on this? There's two different tools for that. You have the Leonardo AI Automator. You have the Midjourney automation. So once again, you don't have to sit there and manually type in prompts. And by the way, anybody who wants to see videos on any of these tools that I may have not necessarily shown, all the links will be in the description, okay? All the links. And anybody who needs discounts for the tools, it comes with the course. So that kind of helps out there. But once again, as far as creating images, you're going to have to make the decision, okay? I pay for this AI tool. What can I do to speed up my production if that's what you need, right? And you have to be able to audit yourself. You have to be able to ask yourself, what's taking me the most time? What's slowing me down? If you're on a tight budget, right? We spoke about this. You're on a tight budget. You figure out how to make your money work for you and get the most out of your money, which is, what can I do to speed up my time? For most people listening here today, the number one thing that's going to take up the most time is their tagging, okay? The second thing is their titling. The third thing is going to be creating images, all right? So either way, you can create them. Now, in terms of priority for me at this point in time, because my accounts are a little bit larger and my goal is to produce as much as I possibly can, I'm paying for multiple automation softwares. So multiple accounts on multiple softwares at a time. And then what I'm doing is I'm using an automation tool to automate the creation of these images. And Obviously with different softwares comes, different tools, things like that. I am paying for the AI agent. I used to do the system that was somewhat semi-manual, but obviously now I don't need to because I'm using the AI agent. Okay, so the AI agent is right here, and that will take care of my titling and tagging automatically for me. So essentially for me, at the certain point that I'm in, I am looking to spend as much as I possibly can in this business. I know that sounds bad. I know it sounds like weird, like why would you want to spend money? But you guys have to realize I'm trying to produce as much as humanly possible in this business, obviously without getting banned or anything like that on Adobe's side, but I'm trying to do as much as I can. And I want to do it as much as I can with as least effort as possible. The only thing that could potentially hurt me at this time is slowing down. And like I said, I have a little graphic here that says things very clearly. The less money you spend, right? The less speed you're going to have when you work on this business. And you're going to have to make that trade-off, right? People that have less money are going to have to invest more time. That's just the way it is. The more money you have to throw at this business, then the more you're going to essentially go faster, and the less headaches, the less things that are going to slow you down. But honestly, there are parts to this business that don't just depend on you. There are certain things you cannot control. Meaning when you first create an account on Adobestock, right? You can't just upload 5,000 images and get them all in the review process. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sit and wait for images to be reviewed because there's a cap. Depending on the size of the account, there's a cap. And depending on, the amount of sales you currently have, there's a cap on the account, right? So I heard like if you get past 100 downloads or 100 sales, something like that, then you get up to like 3,000 images that you can get in the review simultaneously at a time, things like that. So there's caps. I've said this in one of my last couple of videos. I said for this account, this was the account. The only thing that's really holding me back is that 3,000 cap, that 500 cap. When it was 500, it was holding me back. When it was at 3,000, and it is currently, it's still holding me back. I want to be able to produce or submit 2,000-3,000 images a day, but I can't do that because if I do, right, these images take time to get approved. And maybe I'll get 400 or 500 images, 600 images a day approved. It's slowing me down. So I want to be able to submit as much as I can. And that's on a good day, 600 images. Maybe there might be a certain day where I only get 132 images approved. And sometimes it could be slow for me. So the point is that you only can work with the speed of what you're given, right? You could have all the money in the world, but if you have a brand new account, you can only submit 50 images at a time and have them reviewed at a time, right? So you got to work with what you got. So once again, this video is dedicated to anybody who's on a budget, who's on a very tight budget, you're not sure where to go or where to start. The first thing you're going to prioritize is those tags, okay? Once you get those tags taken care of, then you're going to prioritize your titling. Once you get your title and your tags going, then you're going to prioritize, or somewhere in the middle, prioritize your creation automation. But to be honest, the most that you're going to get out of is the creation automation, meaning Midjourney automation or Leonardo AI automation, along with your tagging automation, and the least you're going to get out of is your title automation. This is the easiest thing to create, is your title, because it's like one line. It's like one line. Like, it doesn't take too much time. But in terms of accuracy, keywords, things like that, that's why it's beneficial to me personally, and that's why I use it. But once again, my system is not the same anymore because I use the AI agent, which takes basically 100% of the load off of me. The only thing I have to do is hit the save button, go to the next page, and start it up again, which is effectively no effort. So drastically beneficial, and hopefully this video helps you guys out. So all you budget people, now you know where to start, and hopefully it helps. I will leave every link, like I said, every single link in the description box down below, from tools to videos to even the course if you want to get the discounts. I'll leave it all there, all right? I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.